Alright everyone, Shikai Hokan here, reporting for the festival. So today we are back to Forza Horizon 4 and I finally unlocked the Jaguar I-Pace, which is an electric SUV. And well, I already tried it on A class actually, and yeah, it's actually went as expected. Like seriously, this thing is boring. Let's just say that. There is no other way to describe it, really. I mean, well, at least the livery right here, which features better in beer, made by better in beer, actually, quite interesting because I've seen it a few times and it actually fits really well on this particular car. Well, then again, it's fit to pretty much any car because how simplistic it is. But the car itself, it's so painfully boring, to be honest. I mean, you see, I know the target audience for this car actually, right? Like, you know, the kind of guy that just want to go to point A and to point B and try to save some nature, which well, it's gonna die anyway without the car really. And well, basically, it's just so boring. And well, I upgraded to S1 class, and it's still boring to be honest. I already tried it earlier, but well, I'll try to show you. Maybe there is some fun to find in this car. I don't know. But interestingly enough, unlike the other electric cars that's available in this game, this car has an option to switch battery to make it faster, and it's still not that fast to be honest. Yeah, I know I'm bashing the car quite a lot, but then again, I'm one of those guys that want to drag stick shift, or at least at at most it would be a pedal shift, because at least you have some control on this car. In this car, you only have one gear. I mean, well then again, it's electric car. I mean, there is the other car that I think it's Apollo Intention Emozione. I forgot what it's called. The Apollo car, that's electric car. That one has two gears. At least there is some control on that, even though you don't really use the other gear. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, some interesting stuff. You have the option to switch the battery to make it faster. Which, well, the car is pretty heavy, so not that fast. And interestingly enough, if you switch the rim, the wheel, as you can see there, you can switch the size to 17 inch instead. So it comes with 22 inch, but you can switch it to 17 inch to, well, make out some grips there. But yeah. Alright, let's have a look around. Unfortunately, that unable to join session will stay because why the hell not? So yeah, it looks like the guy that make this livery really love Hoonigan because every time he make a he feature this girl, it's always accompanied with Hoonigan logo. Well, not judging, really, but I mean, well, people like them. Some people doesn't really like them. Well, I'm not into them that much, really. But yeah, other than that, it's fine, really. And yes, that eyes is kind of a sleepy-ish style eyes. I'm fine with that, really. Pretty Western style, cartoon, in my opinion. And the roof is, well, it's a moon roof, so yeah. And yeah, it's overall it's pretty simplistic, but I recommend to check it out if maybe you can find one of the car that actually looks nice with this particular style livery of him. Maybe. I mean, he could have done more, I feel, but seriously, those shading, man, those shading are really good. Usually people went with the flat shade, but this one is almost a full shade, I feel. Like seriously, that is really good. So anyway, let's drive this car. And well, can I connect to the main server? Like seriously, recently it doesn't seem to want to connect at all. Even though I could just play other games just fine without disconnecting, this is the only game that apparently I will keep getting disconnected for no good reason. I don't understand why, but yeah. By the way, if you can drive this car in this game, but as you can hear, obviously since this is electric car, it doesn't have much sound. I don't know if there are any different with the other battery, but you can listen to like this. Yep, those are the electric motors running around. You can have some wheel spin, but it's immediately gone usually. Alright, for our first race, we are just going to do the Juggernaut, just so I can see the top speed. I already set the gearing as long as it can, but seems like it's reliably stays on 250. It will reach there no problem, but after that, the motor just struggle. Seriously, I prefer Bentayga. I mean, for SUV at least, Bentayga would be a lot more fun to drive. And even heck even the Cadillac Escalade is a lot more fun to drive. And that car is not designed for racing. Yeah, and of course I'm making a street tune because the kind of guy that buy this car won't drive it on the nature. Unlike maybe the owner of Range Rover, or well, the big engine, the Range Rover, Land Rover, for example, or the Hummer, or the Jeep. Those guys will go to the nature and go off-roading with the car. The guy who buy this won't do that. Then again, this is an SUV, so you shouldn't really do that, to be honest, on your SUV. I mean, if on an off-roader car, yeah, you can, but then now that I think about it, you shouldn't do that on an SUV. Because SUV is only a glorified utility vehicle that can fit most of your family in there. There is no sport in SUV, as I mentioned before. So right, let's see how it launch. Yeah, all the other sound is from other car. I don't even have to shift up because there is no other gear. Accelerate quite well, despite the fact that it only has one gear. But then again, I already upgraded the motor as much as possible. But as you can see, the other car is so much better than this thing. Like, yeah, I know it's unbeatable, but come on. This is all it can do, really. Well, I got some boost from that car, but it still won't do much, really. Well, does that look nice? I guess. Oh, you guys are just braking there. And there's the problem there. Once you got hit by something, you cannot just downshift and make sure you're in the power range. It just doesn't how it works with this car. So yeah, even for drag strip, meh, nah. I mean, it sure is nice, I guess, but nah. I mean, then again, I hit some of those AI on the corner, but well, to be fair, if it cannot overtake any other car easily on the straight, I don't think it will do well at all on the corner because it only has one gear. But we'll see about that on the next race. And yes, the Durango doing well. That was the Durango, right? Yeah, I think it is the Durango. Oh well, whatever. Maybe I should try to turn that one instead in the future instead of this car. Our next race will take us to Elmsdon on Sea Sprint. And there is some corner which is scary for this car, I guess. But we'll see if it can stop before the corner because you only have one gear. You cannot do the engine braking. I mean, technically you already done it, but how effective that is, well, I guess I'll just show you. And yes, other car will launch a lot better apparently. Alright, first corner, still fine. Alright, it's sliding, but it cannot do much really. I was doing full throttle around that corner right away. It doesn't do anything really, like it doesn't do anything exciting or fun. or just whatever that makes the cars good on the corner, really. Depending on how you want to race it or not. Well, at least it grips because it helped with the Forza Aero. Yeah, I've maxed it out as much as possible. And yeah, it's still boring. I wouldn't say it's garbage because it has its function, obviously, as an utility vehicle, but that's about it. Nothing sporty about this car, really. I mean, heck, the Touareg is a lot better than this thing. That Touareg R50 in front of us, like right there, yeah, that thing is so much better than this car. And I thought I've driven a non-fun SUV already, but no, it's still. Oh. Yeah, that was my fault, but still. Just to well, I guess it's kind of show you what happened if you, for example, you got pushed off or you just missed the checkpoint. Catching up is impossible with this car. But then again, yeah, it still grips, so I guess it's a grip car. But I mean, I know I'm smiling right now, but inside it's not exactly a fun car to drive at all. There is nothing silly about this car, there is nothing bad about this car, there is nothing good about this car, really, aside from saving the Earth. Well, not really saving, because it just slows down the suffering of Earth, to be honest. But really, if there's no fun in the car, yeah. Well, I guess for those businessmen that can afford this, it's probably a really nice car to have. But there is another discussion that you have to know about electric car, especially in the place where I live, which I'll touch on it after we're done on the third race. Yeah, the Durango still wins. The F pace even is a lot better. Like seriously, what's up with? Why did I introduce this car in the game? I want to know. I mean, for promotional purposes, I guess, but other than that, why? Just why, really? Okay, final race. I just accidentally pressed the start button. Yeah, I just want to get this done as quickly as possible at this point, but yeah. Well, this car is fine as it is, really. I don't think it belongs to any racing game. Yes, I mean it has grips, but look, it comes out of the corner really slow because how it accelerates due to, you know, it's just one gear. They need to have something to accelerate the car nicely, you know. I mean, the engine, the car will stop, yes, but it won't accelerate at all. Like, it doesn't feel like it's accelerating, even though it's accelerating. But yeah, as you can see, the car with more gears has a lot more advantage than an electric car like this. Right, brake run here. Braking point is still quite the same, to be honest. But other than that, though, it won't do much. Oh, this guy defends really well. Holy shit. But yeah, the only advantage about this car, if you try to race it, it's grip. It's just grip. Other than that, though, the car doesn't feel fast at all. And yes, it understeer, but not much, really. Like, seriously, usually if I drive a car, I found some excitement to that car, even though sometimes it's coming out of from a bad thing of that car. This car doesn't really have that. This car is purely for those businessmen that just want to go to point A to point B. Ooh, okay. Doesn't like curve. Noted that, but and then again, other car can do that as well if they really want to. That's a bit surprising, but is it enough for excitement? No. Yes, this has become a ranting video at this point because how bad electric car control is, to be honest. Like, I know the handling good, but it doesn't provide me much control. If you think about it, this is kind of like Xenon Racer. If you haven't played that game, good, because I did, and it's fun. But at least in Xenon Racer, it starts slowly, but there is some excitement to that because there is boost and stuff. But then again, that's an arcade racer. This game is kind of like a sim, not sim, an arcade racer as well, but simulator-ish somewhat. But yeah, I mean, the best lap is good, but it doesn't translate well to an actual racing. I mean, heck, the winner is the F pace. Just proves that, yeah, you just drive an F pace if you want. Jaguar SUV. Seriously, yeah. And speaking of electric car in a country like mine, there is a lot of stuff that you would be surprised if you try to implement this kind of car onto a third world country like mine. One of the biggest example is it's prone to stealing actually. Right. How do I say it? I don't know if you can recharge this car in your house, but if you require to have a charging station like Tesla, for example, one, you cannot make it safely on my country because there is a lot of thief actually. I mean, even on the rail, the train rail, sometimes there is some bolts that has been stolen reportedly, and yes, people check it, and yes, it is stolen. Another thing is that if it requires you to do it on the recharge station, not recharge station, to recharge it on your house, that means you pretty much have to pay more for the electric bill. That's a general problem. I mean, I guess that's fine, but on my place, electric bill is not that cheap. Yeah, I mean, if you try to sell electric car on my country, good luck with that because probably you'll be out of business relatively quickly. Alright everyone, Shikai Hokan here, reporting for the end of the world, the video. Hope you guys enjoyed today's content. If you like it, feel free to activate that like button. If you want to see more of my content, you can put a mark on my head with that subscribe button. And lastly, any kind of support and feedback would be really appreciated. So, thanks for watching, and remember, I'm keeping my eyes on you. Keep on living, buddy.